The following is iCare's Substance Abuse in-Service Training, presented in partial fulfillment of Louisiana Act 171's requirement that all school system employees receive 1 hour of substance abuse prevention training. Substance abuse is defined as a pattern of harmful use of any substance for mood-altering purposes. Medline's Medical Encyclopedia defines drug abuse as the use of illicit drugs or the abuse of prescription or over-the-counter drugs for purposes other than those for which they are indicated, or in a manner or in quantities other than directed. There are several risk factors associated with substance abuse prevention. Among them, ineffective parenting, a chaotic home environment, lack of mutual attachments and nurturing, and inappropriate behavior in the classroom. Failure in school performance, poor social coping skills, affiliations with deviant peers, perceptions of approval of drug-using behaviors in the school, peer, and community environments. Prevention should enhance protective factors such as strong family bonds, parental monitoring, parental involvement, success in school performance, pro-social institutions such as the family, school, and religious organizations, and conventional norms about drug use. Who is at risk for trying drugs? There are many risk factors as mentioned before. They can involve personality, environment, and genetics. Other risk factors include early aggressive behavior, friends that use and abuse substances, early use of substances, and lack of supervision. Signs of substance dependence include withdrawal, rebelliousness, loss of interest, a decline in school performance, a change in friends, a change in sleep patterns, and issues with money. So who is at the greatest risk for dependency arising from substance abuse? Those with an early age of onset, or those who begin to use substances at a much earlier age. Persons with a genetic predisposition to substance abuse and dependency. And those who use regularly or heavily. Families struggling with substance abuse often rationalize abusive behavior, minimize the effects of that behavior, or deny the existence of that behavior. As a teacher, when facing families who are dealing with these issues, remember to be patient, be observant, be supportive of your student and his family, and seek assistance from iCare and other support services. Children of addicts often have difficulty talking, trusting, and feeling. Like all children, they need safety, predictability, and protection. But they also need an understanding of the disease of addiction and opportunities to express their feelings. In teaching skills to children of addicts, we strive to teach them that they didn't cause the disease, they can't cure or control the disease, but they can cope with it. There are several evidence-based theories that say that children who live in dysfunctional families assume certain emotional responsibilities. They role play. Some of the roles played by children include the hero. The family hero is the so-called perfect child. He tends to be responsible, respectful, successful in school, and even well-dressed. On the outside, he or she can look capable, talented, conservative, serious, trustworthy, strong, superior, busy, or even angelic. This child makes the family look good. The message is, how can anything be wrong with a family that produces a child like this? As a teacher, to help a child who has this role, you might give them permission to make mistakes and to not be perfect. Give them opportunities to play and to have fun, and also provide opportunities to express feelings and needs. A second role assumed by many children living in dysfunctional families is that of the scapegoat. The scapegoat is the problem child or the troublemaker. He or she helps the family by taking the focus off the family's problems and pulling negative attention onto themselves. Scapegoats often hear things like, "Everything would be fine if you would just stay out of trouble." On the outside, they often look angry, sullen, strong, rebellious, wild, defiant, rude, or tough. On the inside, however, they may feel hurt, afraid, or rejected. Ways in which teachers can help kids assuming the role of scapegoat might be to give them permission to be successful, supportive confirmation, and structure and consistency. A third role assumed by children living in dysfunctional families is that of the lost child. The lost child is usually known as the quiet one or the dreamer. He or she stays out of the way of problems and spends a lot of time alone. The purpose of the lost child in the family is similar to that of the hero. Because the lost child is rarely in trouble, the family can say, "He's a good kid. Everything seems fine in his life, so things can't be too bad in that family." On the outside, he or she may look quiet, creative, independent, or agreeable. But on the inside, the lost child often may feel left out, lonely, angry, fragile, sad, or isolated. Ways in which you can support a child struggling with this role might be to give them positive attention, encouragement to take chances, and help them to feel connected to other people. A fourth role assumed by many children in families of dysfunction is that of the clown. The goal of the family clown is to break the tension and lighten the mood with humor or antics. He or she is usually the cute one. On the outside, the clown may look funny, carefree, attention-seeking, charming, lighthearted, or dramatic. But on the inside, he or she may feel terrified, needy, confused, ashamed, left out, or helpless. To support a student who has assumed this role in his or her family, you will need to take them seriously. Help them to feel that their opinions count, and support and validate all of their feelings. There are many behaviors in school with students who assume these roles. What do you see? Many of the family problems that occur in families of dysfunction may include divorce, substance abuse, a broken family, abuse, poverty, depression, or eating disorder. iCare believes that promoting social emotional learning directly addresses substance abuse and other issues that may negatively impact learning. What is social emotional learning? Social emotional learning, or SEL, involves the processes through which children acquire the knowledge, attitudes, and skills necessary to understand and manage emotions, set and achieve positive goals, feel and show empathy for others, establish and maintain positive relationships, and make responsible decisions. Research has identified 5 core areas of social and emotional competence. Self-awareness includes identifying emotions, accurate self-perception, recognizing strengths, developing a sense of self-confidence, and self-efficacy. Self-management includes impulse control, stress management, self-discipline, self-motivation, goal setting, and organizational skills. Social awareness includes perspective taking, empathy, appreciating diversity, and respect for others. Relationship skills include communication, social engagement, building relationships, working cooperatively with others, resolving conflicts, and knowing when to help and to seek help. Responsible decision making includes problem identification, situation analysis, problem solving, evaluation, reflection, and ethical responsibility. There are several ways in which the East Baton Parish School System and the iCare program support social emotional learning in the classroom. Research-based curricula such as Second Step and Too Good for Drugs and Violence are taught in all classrooms in our school system. Individual consultation and counseling is available for students and families, and support groups teaching the skills already mentioned are provided for students who need the additional help. So what can teachers do to support social emotional learning? Be aware that you are a role model. Model problem solving, decision making, and healthy emotional behavior. Establish high standards. Foster relationships. Be aware of your students' concerns and needs, and don't be afraid to refer to other professionals and seek assistance. There are many resources available to classroom teachers to support students facing the issues that we've mentioned. Administrators, the iCare specialist, guidance counselors, other family members, social workers, school resource officers, and other teachers and school staff are just the beginning.